I'm back with another video. This time I'm going to discuss the new changes that Tesla has just done. So if you're not aware of it, in Canada, prior to August 2nd, Measurements Canada had not approved Tesla to start charging by the kilowatt hour. As of August 2nd, 2023, Tesla has been granted temporary approval to start charging by the kilowatt hour instead of by the minute. So that's great news for all of us out here on the West Coast. Here in Vancouver itself, the average price per kilowatt is 29 cents per kilowatt hour. Across the country, it ranges from 41 cents up to 48 cents per kilowatt hour. I know Ontario got hit pretty hard with that. I think their average is about 48 cents per kilowatt hour. So I don't know if it's going to cost more to charge a car at that point, but I did take a look at this year's charging that I've done, and I kind of looked at a trip that I had done. So I wasn't sure if it's going to cost more to charge my car now or less. So I looked at some previous charging that I had done throughout this year, a few here in Vancouver area. I did a trip to Calgary and back, so I looked at how much energy I used to charge my car and that cost, and then I compared it to what they're charging right now. So I'm just going to look at the chart that I created, and it looks like in Surrey my average was around 35 cents per kilowatt hour charging prior to this change, and now it looks like it's going to be 29 cents per kilowatt hour here in the Lower Mainland. Trip to Calgary, on average, it's actually going to cost more to do that trip now due to the fact that the average price is, let's see what it is. Let's see here. So Hope is charging 47 cents per kilowatt hour now. So that's one that I always hit. And then the rest of them were 41, 47, 39, 41, 47, and 48. So you can see across British Columbia, the price changes quite a bit. So there's not one standard price. And again, that's the same as it is in the United States. I know in Blaine, Washington, there's a charger there. I believe it is 37 cents. So let me take a look at that one right now. So that one is 38 cents per kilowatt hour. So that's at the Birch Bay Mall there. So, yeah, I mean, we're comparable to the United States because at 38 cents, you've got to pay the exchange rate as well. So the Lower Mainland, I think in general, you're going to find that it's cheaper now to charge your car than it was prior to this change. On road trips, it may cost you a bit more, but the convenience and the speed that you get from these Tesla Superchargers definitely outweighs that $1 to $2 more that you're going to pay. So for me personally, I like to know exactly what it's going to cost me, not this at this speed I'm going to charge that, because they had it at 4 different price ranges. So the faster you would charge, the more you would pay. Now it's just a flat rate, 48 cents per kilowatt or whatever it happens to be. And so I can easily go, okay, my battery is at 50%. I have about 40 kilowatts of capacity, and those 40 kilowatts at 40 cents is going to cost me $16 plus the applicable taxes. So for me, I'm happy to see this change. Now, I know prior to this change, there was a lot of discussions on Facebook. I know I was part of it. I was saying that it was probably going to cost cheaper to charge. Other people that know how to take advantage of those charging curves and when to and when not to charge, we're actually getting a fairly good deal. But the average person, they're just pulling up, plugging in. They may precondition, they may not. So I think that this standard now, with it being, especially in Vancouver, at 29 cents a kilowatt hour, a great deal. So I'm happy to see this happen. Again, there's a few out there that aren't, but this is how it's going to be from now on. Now, now everybody, be prepared. Not now, but in the next couple years, 2-3 years maybe, we're going to see some taxes being applied to EV charging. So down in the state of Washington, what they do is they have a licensing fee that you pay every year because you own an electric vehicle. So it's an additional charge. So I would think that British Columbia is going to do the same thing, because more and more people convert from gasoline to electricity. What we're going to see is there's going to be less funds available for road maintenance and that is generated from the purchase of gasoline. So they have to somehow come up with that money, and the way they should do it is to apply a licensing fee, so $100 or $200 per year for you to license your electric vehicle. And again, it seems unfair, but we do need to pay for those road taxes and everything that everybody else is doing. And right now we're completely avoiding it, especially if you charge at home. So because electricity is governed by the British Columbian government, and prices are fixed and they don't go up and down, your best option, if you have it, is to charge at home. Now, if you don't have that option, then you're going to have to utilize some other charging stations, either a level 1, 2, or 3 level chargers. So there are free options out there, but those are going to go away soon, as they will be approved for billing by the kilowatt. And what I'm talking about is Chevron on the Run. Right now they are free, but in the future, and I'm talking short future, we're going to see them start charging. We'll see Petrocan change from the 50 cents a minute to something per kilowatt. Electrify Canada is also going to have to change. So the one thing I would like to see, and it's not there, is the government regulates what they can charge, because they can charge whatever they want. There's no requirement for them to charge a certain fee. There's nothing to say that this is what they pay for electricity and they get a certain percentage of profits. They can just charge whatever they want. So I'm not sure if we can do anything about that, but anyway, those are my thoughts on the Canada now allowing Tesla to charge by the kilowatt hour. Put a comment down in the description if you think I've got it wrong here. Let me know if you think it's going to cost you more or less. Me personally, I do a lot of driving in the lower mainland. I charge at home, so that's not really going to affect me. But on road trips, I do that 30 to 80% charge, kind of like 10 minutes or so, 10 to 15 minutes max charging. And most of those chargers are now going to cost me like $1 more. So it's not a substantial increase, but it is an increase. So let me know what you think. Is it better this way or better the other way? And again, when we get into the winter time, when we're not having a preconditioned battery, that billing per minute, it's probably going to cost you more, or it's probably going to cost you less to charge in the winter. Again, I don't know. I'm just assuming that a cold battery is going to charge slower, and it's going to cost you less to charge your car at home. So if you're new to Tesla, this is just another video that I do. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and then ring that bell so you'll be notified when I create other videos like this. I'm trying to figure out a way of doing more beginner videos, because we're getting a lot of people coming online with either a new Tesla or EV6 or something like that. And I really just want to help out the community for everybody to understand the advantages and disadvantages to electric vehicles. Anyway, thanks for watching.